Do you feel the vibes?
Welcome everyone, my name's Ward Thoughts. I'm here to show y'all a couple of tips and tricks on Fortnite, a couple of things that I do to make sure that I'm not dying in the first 10 seconds. Not everything is really a tip and trip, they're more of safety methods that I like to do. So I'm gonna just jump right into it. Alright, this first spot is Tilted Towers. This is like a small little house all the way in the back. You want to go right past Big Ben. Here in the video, I drop on the top because I thought someone dropped over there. Sometimes you do have one or two people that you have to take care of, but for the most part, you're all alone in these kind of spots if you drop in them. But as you can see, no one was there. I went down, I had the chest, and then I went down some more behind the two crates. There should be about 2 more chests and an ammo box for you. That way you are fully loaded. You should have plenty of guns, meds, and ammo to go outside the Tilted Towers and raise hell. There are also some pallets there, so you can get a little bit of wood to start off with. That way if you do come up the stairs and there's someone there, you can be building and not be like defenseless against them. I also show both of the 2 ammo crates. That way you can make sure that you have enough clips to actually get into a decent gun war with anyone outside. Another tip is the way I set up my items. Here I have a sniper. I set up my items with my sniper in the back instead of my bandages. That way I can pop a quick shot off with the sniper and then quickly switch to the assault rifle to finish them off if the sniper shot did not kill them because of their shield. I have my grenade launcher right next to my assault rifle. That way I can destroy any buildings that they decide to make, or unless they're inside of a building, you know, I can blow it up and take the whole building out. That is definitely what you want to do. You don't want to run inside of a building after anyone. Another tip is stay away from guards. Obviously this guy is a guard, as you can tell from this amazing sniper shot. Next, this is Moisty Mire. If you drop in Moisty Mire, you'll probably be alone anyway, so you have nothing to worry about. But if you do happen to see someone falling with you, you want to try and go to this house all the way in the back corner. This way you can drop in a little hut that has an item on the top, right there where I fell at. There is normally an item there. This time it was just ammo. There's an item here. There's an item right here. And if you go down in the basement, 9 times out of 10, you'll have 2 items, one there, and you'll have a chest in the back. You will be fully set for war. Then you want to go outside after you change your items. Of course, you want to have your assault rifle, then your sidearm. For me, it was a shotgun. I normally like to carry pistols because I am not very good with the shotgun, but I know everyone's into the shotgun. You want to have your shotgun, your side as a sidearm, and your shields and your meds. In this case, I had a submachine gun, a shotgun, shield, and a medical item. Then you can see where I went there, I jumped off. That way you can see the entire area of the map. You'll know who is where and when they were there. Because as you can see, I spot a guy because I'm in the corner. I can see the entire Moisty Mire from where I am. I put my shields on and then I go to war. And then as you can see, I start to build. You definitely want to build up to the top. That way you're not shooting inside of the swamp because you can't really move and get a good shot off inside of the swamp. The next spot I'm going to show you is over at Snobby Shores, all the way in the back, far left. There's an item normally at the top, about 2-3 items at the top. There's a room right here that also has an item. If you go in, you'll have a 3rd item in the bedroom. It's normally a gun. You want to break the dresser, and there's a hidden path that takes you downstairs. It's a pretty tough dresser, so you just got to wail away at it. Then you want to go down. There's another dresser, and there's a chest underneath of the stairway. There was also another item at the bottom of the steps. In this case, it was a green SMG. I didn't need it. You go in the back room, you've got plenty of ammo boxes. And there's an ammo box here. There's an item there. There's another ammo box to my left. There's normally a chest here, but there's no chest there this game. There's 2 chests in the back sometimes. And I believe there's only 1 this game. There's also another 2 ammo boxes, so you can be fully loaded on ammo. After I put the shields on and get fully shielded, I show you the rest of the ammo box locations. Right here, I'm gonna drop down at the houses side of retail. Basically, the tip here is just, to break everything in the house. Say you're in a house, you got your guns, your team is outside, you hear a lot of shooting. We want to go outside, and as soon as you get outside, you're gonna be instantly in a gun battle right off the bat. You want to break everything in the house. Just break it all. You'll have enough wood that way as soon as you go outside and you jump in that war, you can have a lot of material to build in. You can outbuild everyone because you don't want to run outside shooting one direction and then you turn around and there's another person shooting you and you have no building materials to panic build with. You definitely want to panic build. Panic build is definitely a lifesaver in every single situation. You get shot in the back, panic build. You get sniped, panic build. Panic build, panic build, just panic build. It will save you a lot of times. Another tip here is the settings. There's a lot of different settings that you want to cut off and cut on. That'll help your gameplay a little bit. It's not a big thing, but it's a lot. It's helped me often. There's the first setting, the auto run. You want to turn off auto run. Definitely, there's a lot of times where auto run can get you jammed up, where you're trying to get a chest and you're auto running right past it, or you're in the middle of a battle, a 1v1. You need to clutch it for your team, and you run right past the enemy, not intentionally, but the auto run activated on you. Next tip is turn on reset building choice. You want to do this. Absolutely want to do this. There's plenty of times where you're trying to panic build and you're stuck on steps. You're stuck on a platform because you were trying to go down the mountain without taking damage. This will take you back to your walls. It will automatically reset you to your walls every single time you're done. You will never get stuck with an item that you don't want to have. The last thing I turn on is interact. The interact button, you could press square. It's not really a big tip, but it's a lot easier to interact with things. You just press square. That way you don't have to hold it. There's plenty of times where I'm trying to pick a teammate up and I'm holding down the square button and I think that I picked them up and I let go of square and it didn't get them up, and now we got to start that long pick them up process over again. So I turn on that. You just press square and let it go, and it'll pretty much do it itself. You press square on the chest, it'll automatically open the chest up by itself. You press square on picking up your friend, it'll automatically pick your friend up. This next spot I'm going to show you is Wailing Woods. Wailing Woods is far on the edge. It's really ducked off, but you just want to drop right here at the top. There's normally a you fall on the top, there's a chest. You go down the bottom, there's an item. This time I didn't get really much. There isn't always much. There's a chest here in the back. If you run around the maze a little bit, you'll find a bunch of random items all over the place, but you want to loot it quick. I don't know what this guy was doing. I think he was trying to hear where I was. I shot him because it's a killing game. I shot him. He's dead. But I put on the shields just in case someone else wants to come up on me. I take the shield that he picked up because the lucky bastard found a shield. And I took it. I'm a taker. So basically you want to run around the maze for a little while. Just a quick run around the maze. You don't want to sit in the maze for a long time because it's a maze. You'll get really stuck on the maze. You'll never know when you fully looted it. Just run around till you get a couple quick items that you can shoot with, a couple shields, maybe a medical item, something like that. And then you want to run out. You want to leave. You want to go off to the side up here at the top of the map. There's 2 houses up here. Before you go though, you could loot plenty of the trees so you have material just in case. Sometimes you go up there, someone has dropped at those 2 houses. It's a perfect loot trail, but it can be interrupted by someone just so happen to be dropping at a random spot. I'm not sure. A lot of people abort and decide to go off to the side. Here is the giving hut, I like to call it, because it always does have something good in it. As you can see, it had an AR in there for me this time. I already had an AR, so I just took the ammo, but it is a giving it is a giving cabin. I got a med kit out of there one time, a 50 shield. Oh, it's definitely bay. That hut is bay. So I just kept going, gathered a little bit of trees. As you can see, you can grab a lot of wood. There's plenty of trees in Wailing Wood. You got an endless supply. You got an endless supply, You go right over the hill, just follow the path I did. If you go past the tree, you go has the giving cabin, I'm sorry. If you go up here to the left, you'll see a little bit of a scarecrow and some chairs. There's a chest there. Sometimes it's not always there, but there's mostly a chest there. If you go over to the right side, there is a Christmas tree. You'll want to watch those houses because, as you can see, someone built on that house. That means someone has already been there and they interrupted my loot trail. But they did not all the way know the loot trail. They forgot to get the chests that were at the ice cream truck. Watch this area. Some people fall there and they will shoot you in the back. That place is death. But normally no one falls there. Sometimes they will fall there and shoot you in the back, but no one really falls there. I don't think many people know about it. It's pretty low key. But there's a treasure chest at the bottom of the ice cream truck. And there's a treasure chest at the top of the ice cream truck. Inside of the house, there is a chest in the roof. And there's a chest in the basement, along with items in the house. If you go in the second house, you've got a chest up in the top. And you've got items on the bottom. In this case, someone had already looted them, so I'm not gonna go in them. Especially, watch for traps. Look around. I always watch for traps. That's for sure. You don't want to be dealing with traps. But that's the basement. There's a chest in the basement. I'm watching for traps again, trying to see if anyone's still in that house. But that house is definitely a gold mine. Next, you want to go towards the Anarchy Acres patches right there on the map. The Anarchy patches also have 2 items there, but they're not always that good. I wouldn't really depend on them. But again, it's an entire loot trail. I mean, come on now. We've already went past about maybe 5 or 6 chests. In this case, the person who had looted those houses, I can see them in this video. That's the good thing about the loot trail. You're on the edge of the map, so there's only one direction a person can really go. That's towards Tomato Town or towards Anarchy. So if you're moving fast enough, you'll most likely catch them. So even if they stole the loot from you, you get to kill them. You'll run into them if you're moving fast enough. There is a chest in that basement of this hut, and there is items in the hut as well. All get messed up sometimes by people like that who just dropped off to the side. Up by this big tree, if you go south from the hut, there is sometimes 2 chests here. Most of the time it's only 1, so no high hopes. There's also an ammo box right there. I normally break the tree down because it's a big tree, but I didn't break it this time. I didn't want those people over there fighting to see me. You've got this small cabin that sometimes have shotguns, potions, maybe. You know how the cabins work. There's empty though. Again, somebody looted all of it. Here's another small tactic if you get boxed in one of these cabins. What I always do is I run in the cabin. You know, people will chase after you. They'll come in the cabin, open the door, try to get you. Bam, shotgun to the head. You want to make a triangle and jump on it. It's almost a guaranteed shotgun to the head. As soon as they open the door, bam, shotgun to the head. And they'll automatically hit your legs. They cannot hit your head because the way the door is set up, they're just going to hit your legs. It's kind of a small tactic for when you want to retreat and run into the hut and they chase you down. Definitely don't want to chase anyone into any buildings though, because they're most likely going to shotgun you in the face. And shotguns are dirty. Shotguns are very dirty. But after you loot them 2 houses, they've already been looted, so I skipped right over them. You want to run up here to the south. You want to get the item that's in that small little hut. There's normally an item off right here in between the cracks. There's an item on the top of this bridge, and there's a chest on the bottom of the bridge. Follow the entire loot trail. You'll get all of these items, and my items were a bit trash. They were pretty decent this match, but Then again, I didn't get to loot the 4 houses. There's normally an item in that corner and that corner. The storm got me, so I couldn't really show you the last hut, but it was up on the corner there to the left. I ran right past it. After you get it, you want to run down and go to this bridge next to Tomato Town. Tomato Town will probably be looted, but if it's not, feel free to loot it. I can make another video on all of the loot in Tomato Town, but I don't really go to Tomato Town. I come straight to this little hidden path right here. If you break the wall next to this car, there's normally 3 hidden chests there. The next spot I fall in is Fatal Fields. I always fall in the 2 huts to the back. The 2 huts to the back are really isolated and just about nobody falls there. You got a chest in the back of one of them, and there's about 3 items that you can find, sometimes 4 items that you can find just sitting out in the huts. And then it's also at the edge, well, the corner of the map, just like Moisty Mire. So when you do finish looting and you come out, you can see the entire Fatal Fields. Well, not the entire, but for the most part, you can see all of Fatal Fields. And you know exactly where everyone is and what houses they're in. As you can see, I see the people in the main house after I get finished looting. And I take both of them out because I knew both of them were in there. No one jumped out on me. No one surprised me. Yo. He evaded me a bunch of times. He hit the tires and I couldn't really hit him, but I did in the end get him. I normally run over towards the woods over to the west. I get the trees a little bit for the loot. I like to start off with a little bit of loot because at the beginning of the game, if you got a little bit of loot, you got a little bit of building materials and the opponent doesn't, you'll have a big advantage. In the middle of the game, you know, everyone's got their building materials. You pop them, they start building. Now everyone's building and it's a building war. But beginning of the game, they don't really have building material. And if you're the first person to have building material, you get to jump on them. I jump up to the forest to get a lot of loot. There's also a chest up in that forest, but it's not always there. Same thing with Anarchy. There's also these small 2 huts over at Anarchy. It's the same thing. They got a couple materials. You just got to break the hay and you should have materials. Unfortunately, in this video, I had an awful lot of people drop there. Normally, not that many people drop there. A lot of people drop there this time because of the bus. You do have to be mindful of where the bus starts out. You know, a lot of people just like to jump off the bus as soon as it enters the map. There was, I think, there was about 4 or 5 people there, and that's a lot more than normally with Fatal Fields. You know, with the new maps, the tilted tower, and everything like that. No one really drops at Fatal Field or any of the small spots anymore. But it was okay. I cleaned them up for the most part, but I did end up getting shot in the back because there were so many people there. But I figured the gameplay of me trying to clear them out was pretty nice, so I left it included in that.
Hold me close till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust.